So we're going to sell a perfectly good working boat to buy a bigger boat that's not working. If this boat was fixed, it would be a dream boat and it would be the perfect vessel. I'm not scared of doing work, but it's a lot of work. The only way we can afford to buy a boat like this is if we buy a boat that needs work, which this is the perfect boat because it is our perfect dream boat if it was in good condition.
Today we are off to check out a Tayana 47 sailboat that has been on the market for a number of years. The photos online make this boat look amazing, although the ad does state that there is a large amount of work needed to be done, so we are both very interested to see how much truth was behind the images. This being a Robert Perry designed cutter rig sloop centre cockpit with a Yanmar engine and a large aft cabin, it is ticking all the boxes for what we want in our next boat, so we're both very excited to check it out.
We went and saw the Tayana 47 today, and it's really put a spanner in the works. We love it so much. It's really a step up for us. It's like the perfect size for us to step up into for our family, and you know, we can have crew on board to help us sail. It's an amazing boat. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and of course this is going to be represented in the price that we would offer for it. The hardest thing is trying to transition from one boat and then buy another boat when you need the finance from the first boat to help buy the second boat. That's the kind of situation that we're in at the moment. But I feel like if we just move forward with things, like we just put Nandji out there for sale, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. If it's not meant to be, it won't happen. So we've had a few offers come through and we ended up taking one. Yeah, so I know, crazy. Like, so we've been in Phuket for 2 weeks now and we've already accepted an offer on her. So.
And the same deal as like, what have we done?
Yeah, we're like, we're going to be homeless soon.
After setting ourselves what felt like an impossible task of selling Nandji, accepting an offer now meant we could seriously delve deeper into the search for vessels to buy. After checking out the Tayana a week earlier, now knowing Nandji was sold and a better idea of our budget, we wanted to return to the Tayana for a further viewing with a different perspective.
Feeling quite overwhelmed. We have so many moving parts going on. It's just like, you know, so many things need to come together for us to buy a new boat and sell a boat, and we were feeling quite overwhelmed with everything. So we went to the beach and thought we'd just have one cheeky drink, and then there were other yachties there, and I don't know, it just turned into like, I had 4 wines, but today I feel so hungover.
I had 3 beers, yeah. And
I feel like awful, like, why did I do that to myself?
What are we doing?
I think we're gonna go straight to the 7-Eleven and get some Panadol to start the day, and let's go and buy a boat.
I love talking on the phone.
Right, we're up here to check out a Tayana 47, and it's a dream boat. It is a boat that we would love to have. The boat is just an absolute weapon, a heavy Bob Perry design. It's an ocean vessel, you know, like this thing is built for crossing oceans, and that's what we want. And it's built for doing it fast as well. But it's up here on the hard, and it's been on the hard for a number of years now, and it was first got hauled out for a refit and to do the teak deck. And because we don't know anything about teak decks, but we do know that they're pretty scary because there's a lot of, it's basically a can of worms, isn't it? And especially because this teak deck is screwed down as well, you know, we need to do more research about how to fix teak decks and if we can fix it.
Or to get rid of it.
Or to get rid of it. Like, I think you'd have to just rip it all up, fill in backfill with epoxy those thousands of holes that will be all over the deck, and then maybe just fair the deck and put something else rather than teak, because you know, teak is, it looks beautiful, but it's expensive. And one thing we haven't mentioned yet as well is that there is some sort of water leak that goes through the back hatch, but looking at it, the teak hasn't peeled up or nothing, and the deck's not soft, so it looks like it's literally just the seal in the back hatch. And because it's been sitting here for so long, the water's just got in through that, and it's rotted a whole heap of interior at the back, bit of floor under the massive water tank that is in the aft cabin there.
But we did that with Nandji, didn't we?
Yeah, but those sorts of things, I'm not worried about that because I can see it, and it's just literally a seal. I can fix it. I can fix the interior, glass it all in. I think that was sweet if that was the only problem. But it's these teak decks that are just scaring us. So around all the gun walls where there's all this teak as well, you can't see internally where that goes to. It's I guess it's screwed in or it's bolted in, but you can't find the back end of it where those nuts are. So to rip all that off, you're going on an exploration mission again around the whole boat. And because the boat was all built with the interior on top of that, do you spend 100 grand on something that's just an absolute nightmare and full of problems, but in the hope that you can turn it into something amazing? We are young, we need to do work. But
this could be our forever boat.
Mum just said, Benita just said, this could be our forever boat, and absolutely could be our forever boat when it's finished, because it would be amazing.
Well, welcome downstairs. The big thing that we love about this boat is that it's got 3 cabins, and one of the cabins has bunk beds, so it's perfect for us as a family and have crew on board. But everything interior wise is in really great condition. V-berth, we have a window up here, and there's a mirror, drawers, more drawers, a mirror, there's a cupboard here, and then we come into this room here, so it's got a mirror, drawers, it's got 2 bunks, which is perfect for a family, and then there's more storage there in the cupboard and little racks up here. And then it's got 2 heads, so this is the first one. It's got a shower head there, so it's just a wet room, and there's storage there as well. Beautiful light coming through, and then we come through here. And it's a beautiful little workstation for us. There are some good attributes about this boat, you know, like new batteries and just other things that have been replaced already. There is a new chart plotter since the motor works and the generator works. So you have power, have new sails, have a motor that works, and you have a couple of electronics that work, you know, just the basics, but that's all you sort of need to get started anyway, isn't it? So you can definitely move on and start living, you know, look at this headspace. I have to put my arm up straight, just the living in here is so much comfortable. So much more comfortable than a lot of boats we've ever walked on. So walking into the aft cabin, this is where the water leak had come through in the back quarter here. So you can see that there's the damage there. So I guess all that sort of panelling and that sort of wall we have to come out. You can see some damage to the floor. This bit of floor over here is soft. And you can see under the water tank there, which is a massive water tanks. But you can see there's some nice timber damage through there. So you'd have to lift up that water tank and see what's going on underneath, but you could probably just lift that up through the hatch. So hoist him up somehow. I think we can do with the teak deck. I think we can do it. We don't want a bit of elbow grease. I reckon we can get it done. I think we can do this. It's just going to be very tight, but
everything scares me, but it's just an unknown as well. And I do love the fact that I've got a man cave if we had this boat. Look at that access to the motor.
Move onto the boat. Let's just do some more research on the teak deck.
You can see the discoloration sort of in the wood here, which which I'm guessing is the leak through the gum wall and that teak on the top there. Because that would come down. See, as you open up other hatches, you can see there's the hull. So it's just like
A fake wall,
it's
yeah.
just like decorative wood on top of the hull straight away. So you can just rip that off. Sweet, mate. You know, you can paint that white. It actually needs a bit of white down here to brighten her up a bit. So, I don't know, maybe like those sorts of things aren't as bad. You know, like behind the cupboard, like that doesn't need to be fake wood just there. You can just rip that out. It's sort of like behind every cupboard. There's a lot of ripping to be done. A lot of ripping stuff out.
But that's fine, I think.
That's kind of fun.
You've got so much space in here if you wanted to fix up the back while we lived on her. Like, I don't mind. There's heaps of space up the back where you can like make a little workshop and like cut wood up and stuff. We can eat upstairs. We can still cook here and we can live down this end. There's a shower and toilet right here, so you can go ham.
Green light to go ham. Woo. And one thing we haven't mentioned is there is 2 marine air cons and they both work as well, which is a massive thing. So we can run the generator, have the air cons going, can live pretty happily and comfortable.
Crank some music.
Crank some
Cut a
beats.
little wood up down here.
Right. Yeah, the fact that the 2 marine air cons work, you know, they're so expensive. So to have 2 of them and to have them both working, massive bonuses. So there's definitely massive bonuses about this boat. It's just that extra bit of work. Oh, Little's up. I just don't know.
I can never live a life without your love. I can never live a life. Start to wonder if I'll ever be enough. How small am I? I know that you'll be there, always be there in the rain or the sunshine. 'Cause when I'm in the darkness, I can find you when I look for the day. I know you.
Yep. Yeah, we got the hose and stuff up.
First of all, we're going to test out the engine. So they've got the engine running at the moment. As you can hear, it's good that it's going. We can smell something a little bit hot with the engine, so...
I reckon it's the alternator. Ooh.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's cooking. Well, the engine runs sweet, purring. There's a little bit of white smoke, but that's just sort of like unburnt fuel. The motor hasn't been run a lot, so you know, if you're out and give it some carry, all that smoke could definitely disappear. But you could smell a bit of heat, and that's sort of like the alternator. And the alternator is really hot to touch, so you just want to get a voltmeter and see what's coming out of the alternator. You don't know whether the alternator's backed up or like, yeah. Got the same strainer? Yeah, same outlet, so it's an outlet.
So that's the generator?
That's the generator. That's actually pretty quiet, I reckon, when you have all the sides in it.
Binless work?
It worked.
Oh, excellent. That's
Yep.
another one ticked.
She's up and down. It wasn't real fast, but
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
yeah.
I can never live a life without your love. I can never live a life.
an offer?